You've been laughing at the right moments, saying the right words, and smiling just a second before anyone notices the delay. And somehow, nobody sees it. You've gotten so good at being fine that you almost believe it yourself. Until one ordinary night, holding a faded gray shirt, your hands just stop. What breaks first isn't what you'd expect. It's not a fight, not a bad day, not even a conversation. It's laundry. And what happens next, on that bedroom floor with the lights on, is the last thing you thought you'd ever let them see. The night started the way most nights did. Katsuki burning something on purpose because he claimed it needed char. Ijiro laughing too hard about it, and you sitting cross-legged on the kitchen counter, watching them bicker over a pan of stir-fry, like the world's most chaotic cooking show. You scorched the broccoli, Ijiro said, pointing with a wooden spoon. It's caramelized. Bakugou. There's smoke. There's flavor. You laughed. You always laughed. It came easy. Or at least it used to. Now it was more like a reflex. The kind your body produces before your brain can intervene. Huh? See? Fine. Everything's fine. Look how fine I am. Laughing at the scorched broccoli. Are you good? Ijiro turned to you, the way he always did, like a compass that couldn't help finding north. Oh, always, you said, and hopped up the counter to grab 3 plates. Dinner was good, even with the broccoli. Katsuki sat at the head of the table, like he always did, not because anyone agreed to it, just because no one argued. And Ijiro stole food off your plate twice, and you let him both times because watching Katsuki glare at him for it was the best entertainment you had access to. He's stealing your food and you're smiling, Katsuki said flatly. I like watching you get mad about things that aren't your business. Your nutrition is absolutely my business. Okay, then you stop him. He reached across the table and stole the piece of chicken back from Ijiro's chopsticks with zero hesitation. Ijiro looked scandalized. You laughed again. There it was. Ha, fine. You did the dishes while they cleaned up, and the kitchen filled with the small, comfortable sounds of home that had been lived in. The clink of glasses, Ijiro humming something under his breath, Katsuki restacking the containers in the fridge with aggressive precision. He had been okay for 6 months. Or, no, that wasn't right. He had been pretending to be okay for 6 months. There was a difference, and he had worked very hard not to think about it. It started small, sleeping too much, then not enough, canceling plans and blaming your schedule, smiling a half second too late in conversations, like the signal was lagging. You were tired in a way that the sleep didn't fix, hollow in a way you couldn't explain without sounding dramatic. So you didn't explain it at all. You laughed instead. You said I'm fine, and just tired, and don't worry about me so many times. The words had gone smooth from handling, like river stones. They noticed things sometimes. Ijiro would look at you a bit too long. Katsuki would refill your water without being asked, his version of gentleness. But you always redirected. A joke, a subject change, your hand on one of their arms, and they always let you, because you'd given them no real reason not to. You were folding laundry on the bedroom floor when it happened. Technically, nothing happened. That was the problem. You were folding one of Katsuki's shirts, the faded gray one he'd worn since before you knew him, the one that always smelled faintly like soap. even fresh from the dryer. And your hands just stopped. You sat there holding it, and then very quietly, you started to cry. Not a pretty kind of crying, not the kind you could wipe away and laugh it off. It came from somewhere deep and structural, the way a building makes a sound before the foundation shifts. Low and foundational, and completely out of your control. Your shoulders shook, your chest caved in around something that had been quietly cracking for months. And now, all at once, the pieces weren't holding anymore. You didn't hear either of them come in. Hey, Ijir's voice, soft and startled. Hey, Wayan. And then he was on the floor next to you, his big hands cupping your face, his thumbs brushing tears off your cheeks with more gentleness than should have been possible for someone his size. Look at me. I'm right here. Katsuki crouched in front of you. He didn't say anything at first. He just took the shirt out of your hands and set it aside. And then he held your hands instead, and his grip was very steady and very warm. I don't. You started, and your voice broke apart. I don't know why I'm. Don't. Katsuki said quietly, not harshly, the soft version of don't that he only used when something mattered. You don't have to explain it right now. How long? Ijiro asked, his forehead dropped to yours. How long has it been like this? You opened your mouth to say I'm fine. The words were right there, polished from use, ready. But Ijiro was looking at you like he already knew, and Katsuki's hands were still holding yours like he had no plans to let go, and something in you was just done. Done performing, done carrying it in a shape that was easy for everyone else. A while, you admit. Your voice came out wrecked and small. I didn't want you to worry. Too bad. Katsuki said. We worry. That's what this is. You don't get to take that away from us. Ijiro pulled you into his chest, and Katsuki shifted to sit beside you. His shoulders pressed hard against yours, one hand still laced through yours in his lap. The laundry stayed half folded on the floor. Nobody moved to finish it. I've got you, Ijiro said into your hair. We've got you, okay? You don't have to be fine. Katsuki said nothing, but his thumb moved slowly across your knuckles, back and forth, like he was keeping time for you. Something steady to follow, while everything else came apart. And for the first time in 6 months, you weren't fine, and somehow, held between the two of them, on the bedroom floor with the laundry unfinished and the lights still on. That was the safety you had felt in all the time. The safest. You cried for a long time, and they stayed the whole way through. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.